Today we're diving deep into the journey of Howard Schultz, the man who transformed Starbucks from a small coffee shop in Seattle into a global empire. How did a simple coffee shop turn into a multi-billion-dollar brand with over 35,000 locations worldwide? What challenges did Schultz face, and what lessons can we learn from his journey? Stick around as we uncover the vision, branding, customer experience, and overcoming adversity that shaped Starbucks into the household name it is today. Howard Schultz's story is one of true grit and ambition. Born in Brooklyn, New York in 1953, Schultz grew up in a working-class family. His father worked multiple blue-collar jobs, struggling to make ends meet. Schultz often recalls how his father had no health insurance, which deeply impacted his understanding of employee welfare later in life. After earning a degree in communications from Northern Michigan University, Schultz started working in sales for a Swedish coffee machine company. This job would change his life forever, as it introduced him to a small coffee company in Seattle called Starbucks. At the time, in the early 1980s, Starbucks was merely a coffee bean retailer with a few stores. But Schultz saw potential, something the original founders didn't see. Schultz's real aha moment came during a trip to Italy. In Milan, he experienced espresso culture, small coffee bars where people would gather, sip espresso, and engage in conversations. It wasn't just about coffee, it was about experience, community, and culture. He returned to the United States convinced that Starbucks needed to evolve, not just selling beans but creating an atmosphere where people could enjoy high-quality coffee in a social setting. However, when Schultz pitched this idea to the original owners, they rejected it. They didn't want Starbucks to become a cafe, so what did he do? Schultz wasn't one to give up easily. In 1985, he left Starbucks and started his own coffee business, Il Giornale, which was built on the Italian espresso bar concept. It quickly gained traction, proving that his idea had merit. Just 2 years later, in 1987, Schultz got a golden opportunity. Starbucks founders decided to sell the company. He jumped at the chance, raised funding, and acquired Starbucks for $3.8 million. This was the beginning of a revolution in how the world experienced coffee. Schultz knew Starbucks couldn't just be about coffee, it had to be about connection and experience. He focused on 3 key areas. Branding Starbucks became more than just a coffee shop, it became a lifestyle brand. The green mermaid logo, warm interiors, and a friendly ambiance set it apart. Customer experience. Unlike traditional fast food chains, Starbucks created a third place, a space between home and work where people could relax, work, and socialize. Schultz introduced healthcare benefits for even part-time workers and offered stock options. This move was revolutionary at the time and fostered strong employee loyalty. With these strategies, Starbucks grew rapidly throughout the 1990s and early 2000s, opening thousands of stores worldwide. But success didn't come without hurdles. By the mid-2000s, Starbucks had expanded too quickly, and its quality began to suffer. In 2008, during the economic recession, Starbucks was forced to close over 600 stores. Schultz had stepped down as CEO years earlier, but seeing the crisis, he returned to lead the company. He made bold decisions. Shut down all U.S. stores for a day to retrain baristas on making the perfect espresso. He refocused on customer experience and brand integrity. Schultz emphasized digital innovation, launching the Starbucks app and rewards program. His strategy worked and Starbucks rebounded stronger than ever. Today, Starbucks is a global powerhouse, operating in over 80 countries. Schultz's leadership has left an indelible mark, not just in coffee culture but in corporate responsibility, employee benefits, and innovation. His story teaches us that vision, perseverance, and customer centricity are key to building a successful business. That's it for today's episode of Podcast Name. What are your thoughts on Howard Schultz's journey? Do you think Starbucks would have succeeded without his vision? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring business stories. Until next time, keep chasing your dreams.